Hello, everyone. We are currently live with round seven, or round eight, sorry, of. No, it is round seven. Oh, well. No, it is round eight. I'm tired and confused. It's been trying to set up Eddie's camera. But how are you doing? I'm joined by the amazing Nicola, as Tommy would say, one of the people watching the
Hi
games.
guys.
I'm very excited today. We're currently just waiting on the game to be posted to chess.com, but we have the Zoom, so we do kind of know what's going on. It looks like Amon played another English, which is a little interesting for him. It doesn't seem like he plays the English very often.
Uh, Well, guys, I'm happy to be here, and looks like we're actually waiting for this game to come up on the screen, and we're trying to help Eddie get his camera to work. So, in the meantime, looks like we have. Let me see if I can actually see here. It's. Oh, okay. This is another English, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm actually looking here at Aman's, chess base file, and this is right up his alley.
He plays it a lot.
Oh yeah, he plays this quite a lot.
Well, that'll be good. Something that he's
Yeah,
comfortable with, can move
that's
quickly.
nice. Oops. Okay.
Doing the last finishing touches. So Eddie, when you're looking at your cams in Discord, are you seeing any other options, or is it just like not working?
The camera is just not coming on. You know, the light's supposed to come on, and
Um, uh, Eddie, would you might want to try just unplugging it and plugging it back
That is
to
a very good
USB?
strategy. It works a lot of times.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like Amon went for the G3 English so he went for a different one this time. Looks like
Interesting. Yeah, I'm still having a hard time actually seeing it, and I'm waiting for this game to come up on
boom, it just got
chess.com.
posted. Perfect.
Oh, good.
So interesting. Chess.com has him as Joshua Jerry Abraham, when the Canadian pairings have him as Joshua Terry.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I wonder which one to believe. So that should be a bracket.
Yay! And here is Eddie.
Perfect. I will get the scene set up for you, buddy, and we will be all ready to see your beautiful face. Just gotta crop it, make sure you're good. We want to see as much of you as possible. So how you guys doing? I know it's a little early, especially for Eddie being on the West Coast, right? West or Coast or Michigan.
Can you hear Eddie?
I cannot hear Eddie.
Okay.
Can you hear us, buddy?
Eddie? Yeah, okay, we can't hear you. So, okay. Maybe you should, in Discord, you may want to go back to that voice and video settings and make sure that the right right input is selected. In other words, the right microphone.
Yeah. But at least now we can see you.
Yes, we can see you.
It's baby steps.
We can't hear you. I think that's actually a fair trade-off. You get to see Eddie, we don't get to hear him, which is nice.
Yeah. He gets to be in the call, be with us, but we don't have to actually deal with him. Yep.
All All right, so I pulled here Aman's
Pulled up his opening book.
thing, and yeah, okay. All right, so I have Aman's profile here, so we're going to be able to see his history. And in the meantime, let's see. Has chess.com started doing this? Yes, they have. Wonderful. I see it. Beautiful.
This is a very solid position. That's
Yeah.
can be reached by a lot of transpositions as well, I think.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me orient myself. So this is basically a version of Slav defense.
Yeah.
I think it's a chameleon variation. And let me see if Aman actually played this before. Let me check this real quick.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it. Seen it played one or two times. I don't play it myself though.
Yeah, no, this is not up my wheelhouse. So, all right. So,
I'm pretty sure Black is trying to play for B5 eventually. Which is
yeah.
how you do C6 and A6. And E6 Slav is very interesting. Hello to Left Bridge Chess, Bunglet, and Twink Time. Left Bridge, we're playing Halo yesterday, and there was just Left Bridge written up on the screen. It was very interesting. I thought of you, buddy. Good morning to Grilled Peppers. So, in those same settings, Eddie, the voice and video, there'd be a... Oh.
Did you guys lose me, or...?
We can hear him now. We lost Eddie. It looks like we can hear him.
All right. Very good. All right, so looks like Aman actually played this position twice before. First time he played it, and he won the game, and he played bishop e2 in this position. And he played about a 2070 rating gentleman whose name only comes as Smith. I don't really know who that is. And there is also another game in which he drew, and that was played early in 2013, that he played c takes d5. So I think, this is a very, very solid position. I mean, Aman is a positional player, so in many ways, this is right up his alley. I would be tempted here to play knight h4 to kind of get that bishop off the diagonal, potentially exchange it. Something like knight h4, bishop g4, queen c2, or something along those lines. But I think, based on Aman's treatment of this position in the past, I think we can expect bishop e2 here. He won that game, and that's the game he played in 2018 in this exact position. So let's see what happens. I'm actually curious to see.
Eddie has now deafened, so I should get him to undeafened.
Good. I'm gonna arrange my screens.
No problem. We're all warming up. Get your cup of coffee with you as Aman wakes up over the board to Joshua Terry's A6 Slav.
Yeah.
I've seen pretty much one idea where they go for b4, and I have no other ideas in this position.
Yeah, I hear you.
We will be working on getting Eddie.
Yeah, we're working on getting Eddie in. Let me go here. Sorry, guys, I'm rearranging the screens here.
No problem.
And we were running a little bit late because you have two boomers here, discussing the positions. Of course, it's a little delayed. That's normal.
Eddie is currently deafened while it hacks. We are trying to trying to work it out.
Okay. All right. So Amanda's spending lots of time in the opening, which is quite interesting. I think in many, though his results in this tournament are actually excellent. I think he's 4 out of 6, right?
He is 5 out of 7, but
5 out of 7, even better. So I actually always felt that Aman should win this tournament. But given that this is the first tournament Aman has been playing since 3 years ago, I think that is actually a very good result, and he's playing very well. He's a positional player, and E3 is a very solid positional move. Both moves he played in the past here, which is ED5 and Bishop E2, are very solid move.
yeah, solid.
I'm
Preparing to castle.
solid,
and
stable, yes.
not minding if
Aman,
black gives up
yes.
the center pawn capture.
Yeah, so I'm actually looking forward to see, what's gonna end up being the Aman's strategy here. But so far so good.
Yeah, which kind of like positional aspect is he gonna go after? Is he gonna try to win the bishop pair straight away? Will the opponent play bishop f5? Or is he just gonna go bishop e2, castles, maybe probably b3, bishop e2?
I mean, the one normal plan here is, you can treat this as you can play queen b3 to target the pawn on b7, because now that pawn is weak after a6 and bishop being on f5. Another thing is to treat this as some sort of Catalan London structure and play knight e5 to activate that knight. But the good plan here, I think, for me, and obviously I'm, both of us are significantly weaker than Aman. So something like knight e5, queen b3 is probably something that makes sense. Yes, as Banklet is saying in chat, queen b3 is the principled move to punish bishop f5.
Bishop d3 on the board.
Bishop d3 on the board. Okay. And so that's not actually showing on chess.com unless I'm.
You can refresh it.
I need to
So
refresh it.
Moj is saying that you could have played rook a7 and then kind of like play for b5 and then swing the rook in, which
Gotcha. Okay.
looks a little silly, but then you look at it for a second and you're like, oh, that's actually a really good idea. It's we always think, oh, we shouldn't move our rook so soon, but it's the good thing about a6.
Right.
Just swing it in.
All right, I actually like that. That's even more solid than any other games. And basically, this is now a brand new position for Aman. So I'm gonna close my chess base and okay. So basically, white here has a little, I mean, this bishop on c1 needs to be developed.
Yep, I was thinking probably maybe b3 and bishop b2 because it is kind of like an English idea.
Yes. Okay. Are we gonna try to bring Eddie in with his microphone? Because we still can't hear it. Okay.
That's also open up Slack.
Thank you. All right, so let me do one thing here. All right, so we have a move. At least b5. Wow. Okay. I don't like that.
b5 is, I don't know if it's the right move in this position, but I know that b5 is kind of the idea of the a6 Slav.
That's a very committal move. I mean, it's like you're basically forced to. I mean, you're creating a potential target. There is a possibility of sometime playing a4. You know, it's interesting to. Yeah, sorry,
Eddie,
go ahead.
can you check your cameras? Check your messages. We're trying to figure out Eddie here, so I just wanted to do
Okay.
that. But I do agree that
That's fine.
in this here, I don't know, after I traded the bishop, it worked.
Okay. I'm actually curious to see how Aman is going to handle this position.
Okay, we did get Eddie back. Talking to him on stream worked. Can you hear us now,
Wonderful. Eddie,
Yeah, I can hear you, but can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
you had deafened Discord
Yeah.
while listening to the stream, buddy.
Very good.
What's that?
You had deafened Discord and had the stream open.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah.
So, good morning, everyone. How's Zaman making out?
He started with a English. He has a fine position. I've seen this b5 idea, but I don't. It is definitely a little aggressive and weakening, especially. Maybe it's not, but I mean, you've pushed a lot of pawns on your queen side.
Is it me or is the board cropped kind of weird?
It might be you.
On the actual Twitch broadcast. I'm only seeing like 6 rows instead of 8. The back row for black is not showing. 7th rank and the 8th rank.
I'm looking at it and I see it, so that's strange.
Okay, so it's not just me.
No, I mean it is just you.
Okay. Oh.
Eddie, it might be
Alright.
easier to click on the link that Gory posted in Discord. That will allow you to load it in chess.com so you don't have the Discord delay.
Yeah.
Okay. So click
And then you can
on-
just tell me lines and I'll put them on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I won't be able to see what was going on in the Twitch, but that's fine.
No problem. If there's any good comments, I'll read them to you.
All right. Okay. So Aman is
Amon
white.
is castled as well.
Yeah, I see that. So he has a lot of space over on the queen side. Black has gotten rid of his problem bishop. The white squared bishop for black is gone. So he's definitely happy about that.
All right.
C5 could be a problem, possibly, at some point for black. Really limited in space if Amanda tries to push by. If he pushes c5, he's going to have to open up another file, like on the A file. He's going to have to get in somehow to attack black once he pushes c5. That's a possible idea. Knight e5 is going to be a good point of interest also for white. Knight e5, planting that down. Then he's just going to have to figure out where to put that. White's going to have to figure out where to put his bishop. And that's probably going to go to a3, or he'll expand with e4 and then get it out to f4 or g5. That's what I'm saying.
I have a question for you. You're more familiar with these structures than I am. I'm really not a d4 player. But what's the best way for white to proceed here? To prepare f4? And, how do we handle the dark square bishop on c1?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. If you were to play like knight e5, f4, that would be possible. Play it like a Dutch, and then bishop to d2, rerouting to e1, back over to f2 or h4. That is possible. But I think that he's kind of put his cards in over on the queen side. I think he's going to be working more into the queen side. I think he's going to possibly open up the a file somehow. And then if you were to plant a pawn on c5, b6 and d6 are really weak. And then just imagine putting a rook on b6 or d6 later into the game, hitting that backwards c6 pawn or the a6 pawn. But if he commits with c5, he's got to figure out a way to open up some way to get behind the lines on the queen side.
I
That is
think
possible.
yeah, I don't want to interrupt you. I think you're spot on. I think honestly, given that he didn't play c5 a move ago, I think Aman is here hoping to play e4.
Yeah, I guess I thought of that too after I kind of went on that C5 idea.
Yeah,
Kind of got lost in that. Then I noticed that E4 would
yeah,
definitely crack open uh, the center and allow his bishop to develop. That
Yeah.
is definitely probably the correct
okay,
plan. C5 is too slow. And I don't see how he's going to get in over on the A file. But after I looked at it, I did notice that E4 is probably more accurate. And I am very unfamiliar with the white side of D4. I haven't played that over the board probably in 30 years.
yeah,
But yeah, E4 seems thematic.
yeah,
Because your king's already
yeah.
castled, black's king is still in the center, kind of opening up the file. Seems smart, I do agree.
All right.
Yeah.
And just wanted to give a quick greeting to Alessia Santaramo, who is a
Yeah.
friend of this channel and a fellow streamer who just finished playing a very interesting match against WIMC Celas Cerno, and who is actually going to be playing an OTB tournament so I'm very much looking forward to that. For those of you who have just joined us, we are following Aman's game on Canadian Open Chess Championship. I'm Nicholas Doshin. I'm your, I guess, color commentator. We have my dear friend Eddie Barber, who is the strongest player right now among the commentary team, who is going to make sure that Gori and I stay on track. And finally, there is Gori here, who has been providing a fabulous commentary for Chessbra of Aman's tournament in Canada, and who's incidentally own chess progress have been truly impressive. I mean, I met him in Tulum in the camp, and Gori was, I think, forgive me if I'm saying, he was, I think, 1200 at the time, and now he's like approaching 1800, which is genuinely impressive progress. Yeah, I mean, that's an impressive progress. It really is. And his commentary has been superb. And on top of it, let me put it this way, he has demonstrated awesome patience. First, in dealing with two gentlemen whose combined age is like what? What's our combined age? Did we care to say?
We have to admit, I
like,
think it's 114.
Yeah, 114. It's not 200,
Ouch.
but it's 114. And he also did a very great job handling some interesting commentary, interesting commentators, all sorts of different commentators for the past week. So again, kudos to Gori, and he has his own channel that I think you guys should. Let's see if this boomer can remember the. I think do you have an underscore in the
I
name
do
of
have
the
an
channel?
underscore. Thank you,
Oh,
Nicola.
very good. You're more than welcome.
Too kind.
So, anyway, Eddie was kind enough to invite me to participate, and I'm honored to be here and
We're happy to have you,
Grandmaster
honestly.
game. So, all right.
Very excited to have
ringleader.
you two with me together. It will definitely help in positions that I might struggle with. You know, I can ask you guys, we can ask the chat. We'll take a lot of move suggestions.
Sure.
And there are no wrong answers.
No.
Because we're only analyzing.
I'm noticing another idea for white, positionally. Imagine if white were to somehow exchange the b5 pawn for white or black, and then he would recapture, putting a rook on c5, then pushing the b pawn to b4. If and then black gets tired of seeing a rook up on c5 in that pawn formation, then you'd have like a Petrosian pawn sack once the b pawn recaptures the minor piece that takes the rook on c5, and white would have a protected pass pawn on the c file already on the 5th rank, which would certainly be close to compensation at that point. You'd have to watch out for the e5 break over on the e5 square once you committed to an all-in type of an idea, which I don't think Aman is going to do. But putting a rook to c5 after a pawn takes would certainly be interesting.
Yeah.
I would play it, not over the board, I'd play it online, but it's a good idea.
Gotcha. So the basically interesting thing here is that White probably would like to play e4 here, and I'm pretty sure we can even ask him. That's something that Aman was probably evaluating right now. And the question here is, yeah, sorry, Eddie.
Yeah, he's definitely looking at e4, but I just was kind of looking at that c5 square, and it looks real tender to me.
Yeah.
What do you even do as black here? The position seems kind of dubious, because if you...
Well, you have to pawn break. If you can't pawn break somewhere, like, bishop on b to d7, you have to push c5 or e5 at some point. You have to get a pawn break in. If you don't have a pawn break, you're basically lost at that level of play. You're just sitting waiting for white to improve and then to proceed, and yeah, you're
And
gonna hit the worst side of it.
we have a knight bd7 on board, as if the Aman's opponent heard us. Okay.
C5. Apparently, the idea behind knight bd7 is try to shove c5 in, which makes sense.
Yeah.
I would.
That's awfully. He's playing very provocative. I'm not sure about this being booked, but he's made a6, c6, d5, b5. That is a lot of pawn moves to make against a jam over the board.
It really is, especially because we were talking about this e5 move where you just kind of... I mean, you're fine with all the trades, and then play rook e1, and you got a lot of pressure already.
That's a ton of pressure. Yes, sir. That's spot on. E5 is definitely is going to happen at some point. This depends on what move order.
Honestly, if this was a bullet game, I would just play e4 immediately.
Oh, that would be like box almost, But I can tell you, depending on what mood I would play, I would definitely try to get a rook to c5, just to do it, and then maybe, even if I had to play like a3 and b4, I would just have to do it. It looks fun. So. But it probably is not going to work. E4 is definitely thematic.
So on e4, there might be b4 hitting away the knight.
Knight a4, knight e2. If it goes knight e2...
The problem with that is then you can take, and that's a fork.
Okay, you're saying right here, if you were black, you would play b4 if you could move?
So if it's... I play e5, e4 as white, and then there's b4 hitting the knight, kicking it from defending the pawn. And well, I have e5. But that might be
I see what you're saying. So you have to reconcile the pawn push first after you play e4 and then b4.
Honestly,
you can play e5.
E5,
if you were to play e4, b4, e5, looks right.
Yeah, I would play on b4. I would just after e4, b4. I would just play e5.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just seeing if there.
You don't have to play takes. You can play bishop g5. That is an idea. I don't know how strong it would be, but you can develop and then take at your leisure, making him take with either the knight or the pawn. You don't want to be able to take with a piece without relinquishing that e5 square to the white knight.
Yeah, I didn't like this b5 move from the get-go, and I like it even less now.
What happens on h6 here? Is that gets losing on that position we looked at? Black could play h6 with the bishop on g5, and then bishop h4, g5, knight takes g5, pawn takes, then you'd have the absolute pin. Yeah, that's not going to work by white.
No, that doesn't work.
Doesn't work by white? Okay.
No, you're just fishing it away, but
But another problem for black here is that this bishop on f8 is undeveloped, and it doesn't really have any great prospects because, but it's essential because if that bishop goes away, then the whole dark square complex for black is hopelessly weak and very difficult to address. So
Very spot on. That's
yeah,
an absolute. Yeah, absolute.
yeah,
D6 looks awfully weak. C5, B6. I think that's probably because he put all his pawns on the white squares over on the queen side from the get go. So
yeah.
he's gonna have. I can guarantee Amon sees it. He's trying to figure out
Of
what.
course he does.
What is he? I think he's playing himself back into form. He was a little rusty, but he's starting to wake up.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, so I think conclusion here is that we like Aman's position.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a great position for Amon because he can slowly work work these pawns. These pawn pushes.
I think he doesn't want black to break. I think he wants that pawn on c6 to sit there until the end of time.
Yeah.
I think that's a real target for him at later in the game. And I think you're gonna, if he's not able to push c5, I think you're gonna see him on gang up on that artificially isolated pawn on c6. Okay. Amon
So you
plays
think?
slow. He plays slow and he likes end games, and that is like
Gotcha.
target number one.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, you'd play slow. You wouldn't push e4 here, right?
No, I don't know about that. I don't know that I would want to take on d5 with a pawn on e4.
Gotcha. Okay.
I would want black to take if I'm trying to keep that pawn. Imagine, let's say you were to play e4 and black plays by hand and plays d takes e.
Okay.
Knight takes, queen takes, hits c6. It's a target. Now you can actually play c5 if you can win another tempo somehow by white. Now you got to
Yeah.
protect your passer.
Yeah. 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 You have opened up the bishop, and that king is still 2 moves away from castling.
And you got all the weaknesses already that the pawns
Yeah.
as they advanced left weak behind.
And c6 is still hopelessly weak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to take on d5 if you were to push e4. Usually the person that takes in the center with the pawns will release the pressure on himself. So if he could get black to do that, then that would fall right into his plan. So,
But I'm here thinking loud. If I push e4, if black doesn't take, then Aman can push e5.
absolutely, and then he would be
Uh,
he would be winning, I think, Nicola.
yeah,
Maybe,
and where
maybe
is
I'm
that
wrong.
first? Yeah,
Where
where
was
is
this
that
knight?
knight going? Where is the bishop going?
Where's
Yeah,
anything going?
yeah, 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 yeah.
It feels like after
Well,
e4, b4 is almost kind of. I mean, it's all seems kind of bad.
Yeah.
Taking seems kind of be one of the lead. I don't know. I don't even know what I would do on e4 other than if not for b4. What other options does black have? You guys think?
I think you take with the knight. I think knight on f might take,
Yeah.
and then when white recaptures, then you plant the other knight in. At least you got rid of one minor piece. You gave yourself some room to maneuver your
Yeah.
pieces. Just an idea. And then you haven't committed your pawn, right? Not yet, anyway.
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
idea. Notice, just imagine if all these trades happened and the queen were to take on c6. A rook over to c8 would skewer the queen on c6, the pawn on c4, and actually the knight's already taken on e4. But that whole c file would come under black's initiative at that point. Long term,
Okay.
I can see some ideas on the c file for black. Not that it's going to work tactically right now, but yeah. I think you probably would take it the knight. I'm maybe a stronger player. If I had more time, I can look through it more. But e4, the knight would take. At least you get a knight off there. I don't like Black's game. I'm trying to figure out a way for him because I don't think you can allow e4 and e5. And if you don't take, I wouldn't want to take with the pawn because it's c6. And if you take with the knight, you still have a c6 weakness. I just think he made too many. He made too many pawn moves, and we're trying to justify it and try to help him. But I I think you're right. If you can't take on after White plays e4, if he can't take and he can't push, then he's in a lot of trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. I think Amon has a lot right now. E4, E5. You can't be opening up the center for Black. You can't respond to E4 with E5. You're opening the center and you're not developed yet. And that's just a cardinal rule. You can't do that.
And Eddie, you were mentioning that Black needs to do some sort of a pawn challenge, and that's in this position is e5 and c5.
That would only
And,
leave C5, right?
and I don't see how Black can do that.
Yeah.
Like e5 is already basically occupied by White, and c5 is very dangerous in terms of you're opening up a position with your king in the middle and being backward in development.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
if I'm sorry, Nicola, if he were to
no,
play
go ahead.
C5, if Black were to play C5 right now, couldn't you just play C takes D and just rip open the center?
Oh yeah.
Or is that too much?
Honestly, then it's the question of whether you take on d5 or take on b5. But you're definitely opening the position, and I can't imagine a scenario in which that's good for Black. To be honest with you, I mean, but even
I agree. I
d5, and
agree.
then yeah, and what is Black going to take on d5, and then if he takes with the knight pushing 4, if it's just no. Basically, Black doesn't have a pawn challenge here.
One option on e5 is to take on c4 twice, which
Yeah.
I mean, it's an option, but you get to hit c3 at the end of the line. I mean, the bishop is gonna come out. You got some threats.
Taking a look at what you're putting on the board here in Twitch. Yeah, right. That's what I was seeing in my head is if you have that pawn exchange on C4, C6 is weak. You got two weaknesses. You got a weakness at C6 and A6, and that's all a GM is going to need
We did
to
get
beat you
e4.
over the board. Two pawn weaknesses against a GM, and you're not developed. That's a done deal.
Oh
You
yeah.
can win that.
Yeah, Aman played e4 by the way, which is
That was what you were saying, Nicola. That was
yeah,
spot on. That's
yeah,
real thematic.
yes. Let me put it this way: my coach Lizzie Betts would be very happy if I played e4 here. So that's very thematic, and Aman is a system player, so that's a natural move.
Well, he
Um,
likes something he's very familiar with. He likes stability. I know that he likes static positions. Not so much wide open dynastism
yeah,
where you're
yeah,
stacking
yeah, yeah.
pawns and knights. But who was your coach? Who were you saying your coach was? Nick?
It still is. It's international master. Actually, she's supposed to be a grandmaster now. International master Elizabeth Betts.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Well, good for you. Isn't she
Oh, she's great.
a German? She's from Germany. Am I wrong?
Yes, she's
They,
German. She's actually she's the greatest woman chess player that
yeah.
Germany ever had.
Yes, I've been watching her play for I don't know what 20 years. Am I wrong? 15 years?
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. And FIDE is now getting her for the ringers because she got the further norm because she almost won the Grand Swiss. She was second, and that was supposed to be for the norm, but now they're raising some questions. So FIDE, it's FIDE being FIDE, and we don't want to get into that topic.
Yeah.
It's just
She's been
outright silly.
Yes, she's been a GM for maybe she doesn't have the title, but she's been GM strain for a long time. It's just a
Thank you.
matter of time.
I'll tell her. I'll tell her she'd be happy to hear that. I think everybody knows this.
Everyone, yeah,
Yeah, and
she
she
knows that.
anyway. We'll see. Oh, and we have a friend and fellow commentator joined us. Hello, Kurt.
Hey, buddy.
We are improving the age. Eddie and I are today improving the age average of the commentary team by, raising it by what, about 40 years, Eddie?
No comment. No comment.
Okay. Well, I figured since, I can troll myself. So anyway. All right. So I expect this, frankly. I
Hello,
expect this
Eric.
to finish. I mean, these positions are right into Aman's wheelhouse.
Yep.
Right? Yeah, Gory. So
Yeah, he might not see this every day, but he definitely knows how to target weak squares,
yes.
positionally maneuver.
Yeah.
He's loving this position. While we have some time, and I thank out some subs and donations, and thank you to all the people who are joining us. People like Canadian Rockman, Rock Fan, Willie Ewok, Dirty Dog, Emad. Thank you, Matt Ambroso, for 20 for coffee. And thank you, Meister, for the 59 months. A long time. Longer than I've actually been actively playing chess.
Me too.
Or me too, for that matter. Anyway, I mean, I had a little hiatus of over 30 plus years, but anyway.
I had one too.
All right.
It's okay.
Yeah, and also I think we got the question of where we are based. I'm a New Yorker, but since COVID, my wife and I moved to an hour away in New Jersey, Boonies. So
New Jersey is
I'm in
nice.
New Jersey right now with bears, foxes, deer, and everything else. And I'll let Gory and Eddie speak for themselves.
So I am I'm from Connecticut, but I've also moved to New Jersey in the recent years.
Oh, nice.
Mostly I spend my time in San Diego at college.
San Diego, I'm coming. I'm moving in.
Feel free to visit. We can do a chess tournament.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I'm easy pickings. Easy.
Well, we want to see Eddie. We want to see you in Puerto Rico for the next chess prac camp.
We really do.
I want to go. My wife is overdue for a vacation. We haven't taken one in probably, I don't know, 12 years. I mean, a real vacation, and she's long overdue. I can take her to Puerto Rico. We can have a good time, and I get to do some chess. So I'm hoping that they have it in Puerto Rico. It's going to be easy traveling, point A to point B within the U.S. So I hope.
Yeah.
I'd like to meet all y'all.
Best of both worlds there.
Wonderful.
Happy wife, happy life, and chess.
Yeah.
Yes, Jovius, I played Scotch position with the man with building plans. Correct, that was me. And all right, so let's see. What would you play here? What one plays here for white? B4. I mean, you can't really allow white to take on d5, right, and open up the e file, right?
Yeah.
And I know that
b4 is an option. Taking twice looks kind of dubious. But I don't know. It almost feels like you have to try to go for the tactical. Yeah. Knight takes e5 and then.
And I'm going to answer a quick question in chat if you don't mind, Corey. There was a question whether a 2000 can hold its own until against the GM. Well, I'm 2000 or close to it, and I played 24 adoption matches against strong players, and I actually got adopted exactly 3 times, all 3 times against the grandmasters. That means I lost 10 games in a row. Chances of a 2000 holding a game against a GM are very, very low, but it's not impossible. I have won games against grandmasters, like you win 1 out of 30 or 40 if you're lucky, and so on and so forth. So it's very hard, it's very rare, it's not impossible. So I think that's a fair answer.
Yeah.
And
but you've beaten other title players for that matter. I know you've beaten a couple of IMs on stream that I've witnessed.
Yes, yeah, I have. But this also needs to be said. Well, it's obviously very impressive, especially somebody who is my age, to see that you can actually get the game against the Grandmaster as easily as you can get in 2022. But it's not an OTB game which which actually things are on the line. I would be very hard pressed to. I won a game against Grandmaster Daniel Raditsky, but I would be very hard pressed to do that if there was actually an actual tournament and it was an OTB game and in classical. So, is it impossible? No.
There's a pretty big prize fund for this tournament. There was, I think it's 8K for first place.
Yeah,
Which in Canadian
not bad.
dollars is a lot.
Hey, Gory, Gory, can you post that link again for me?
No problem.
Just my board is not updating at chess.com.
You can just refresh the page itself.
Yeah, I could do that if I knew what I was doing, but
No problem. Here's the link.
Okay.
I resent it.
Thank you, sir. Yep.
No problem at all. It happens sometimes when you analyze on it.
All right, so we are black in this position. What do we do?
Punt.
Pawn? Hello, pawn?
Punt. Punt. Like football. Punt.
All right, so
Amon, you said Amon I think Amon is salivating right here.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, and
maybe that is the only thing he can do, and then yeah.
Or maybe take with the knight first.
That's what I was thinking, but he's still left with the c6 problem that he gave to himself by pushing 4 pawns on the queen side.
And maybe c5 here, but
I looked at that too. D5.
D5, yeah, it's way too
D5,
strong.
and oh my lord.
This is.
I mean, you might as well just tip the king over.
Yeah, no, we can't go into this line.
I don't think that's playable.
At the end, if I'm going down against the Grandmaster, I'm going to try to go down swinging. I would push b4.
Yeah, right. You got to push e5. Am I wrong? By
yeah, and I take, you take, and I take with a knight, and it's kind of. I'm hoping I'll be able to castle at some point, but at least it's.
Do you have to take though? I keep looking at bishop to g5. Do we have to do that?
So the question is, if black
goes... Because you don't have to, you're winning. Yeah, that.
This.
8-6. Right.
Is this enough comp? I think that's what the question would be, because you can't take here without getting recaptured by the knight. The bishop can go here.
I don't think that's right. You got no more wood. You don't have anything else to fight with.
I was about to say, I don't think you do.
Can you go back before you play g5 after 8-6? I just want to take a quick look. I'm looking at your board.
Yeah, I'm looking at the board too.
Okay, 8-6. Before you withdraw. Yeah, can we take now? Can we take now?
With the bishop.
With the pawn.
Pawn. Well then, aren't we going down two pieces?
No. You take with
bishop.
The pawn. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, you're right, Gory. We talked about that before. So bishop g5 is not playable then.
Yeah, it looks like a smart idea, but
Nicola's right. Nicola's completely right about b4.
Honestly, the line here that probably makes sense is okay. So you have to take on f6.
Yeah.
And all right, so let's see here. I don't know what white
c5 is that an idea? Can we play c5 here for white?
Yeah, I think it's the white's move though.
Yeah, right. c5.
Oh, c5. All right.
Really?
You know what?
Actually, I like
bishop e7.
b4.
What about knight e6 to put some pressure on c6 here?
That's a good idea, but you're giving them knight to b to d7. I just want to get my pawn phalanx completely set.
All right, so there you need to play the queen c7. You need to defend that pawn on c6. The real problem is if black castles here, it's very.
I like G3 here. Idea bishop to F4.
Yep.
I could take that C3 pawn whenever I want, and I'd even give up another pawn to develop my initiative here on the black squares.
No, I agree. We're in no rush to recapture this C3 pawn. It has no future no matter what.
Because see, the A3 or A6 and C6 are still there. They're still there. The weaknesses on C6 and A6 are there. So you got comp. Chess.com. They hate me.
The notorious Eddie.
Man, no worries. We'll clip this ascent to Danny Wrench.
Yeah.
Danny Wrench, don't even get me going on that.
Oh, go for it, please.
Oh, Danny Wrench. We've got junior championships, women's championship, God bless, ladies, juniors, you name it. Pod champs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got football players playing. How about a senior boomer 5-0, speed chess championship? For 15 years, they haven't done one thing for the seniors. Not a one.
You know when that's gonna happen, my friend Eddie? It's gonna happen when Danny hits 50.
When he becomes a senior.
Yeah. When the GM that's not an IM is a senior, we're going to have a senior chess champion. I'll be in the grave by 20 years. Come on, Danny.
Nicola, not Nicola, sorry, Eddie. Your cry for help has been heard. Eric's he's gonna send it to Danny.
He's heard it, and he thought about it when he was on the commode, and that's where it ended up. Got flushed down the commode. I've been asking Danny for a long time. He's promised, and I'm still waiting patiently, waiting.
You know what we're gonna do? You know what we should do, Eddie? We should actually go gang up on Eric and have us organize it, and I'll provide the prize fund for senior. How's that?
When Eric Hansen gets a cut of the pie, then it happens, and he'll get a percentage there. Exclamation point! Oh, geezer blitz. It'll happen then.
I actually, since we're already talking about old people, haha, and it always amuses me when I hear people who are less than half my age complain how old they are. Anyway, but that's a whole other story. I'll set that aside for a second.
Hey, Nicola.
Yes.
How quick did the last 20 years go? I tell all the 30-year-olds, welcome. Oh, by the way, welcome Amon and Eric Hansen to the old geezer club. Like I said, you can join, but you can't leave. The last 20 went for me like.
All right. I'm gonna make a couple of controversial statements in the next, so just forgive me here.
Oh, but we love them.
Number one, if I wanted to go back in time, I would actually like to go back in time when I was between 30 and 35, or 32 and 35. For me, that were like the best years. That's number one. Number two, very frankly, when it comes to having success with ladies, its 40s are much better than 30s and 20s.
Holy Lord! At 41 was just.
Yeah, there you go.
It should have been illegal. It should have been illegal.
There you go. Anyway, so let's set this aside and let's really have a senior tournament and let's shame Danny Ranch into supporting it. I think it's all for it.
I already got him one day, and he actually said he was going to do it, and yeah, okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll make it happen. Gory, my apologies for dragging you into this, old
rabbit hole.
Welcome,
Gory hole.
No
Welcome
problem.
to my Gory hole rabbit hole.
Please drag me down. I would love an older time,
right.
Especially a blitz event with cameras. I think that would look very good.
Hey, the worst case scenario is you're going to get what? Ulf Anderson playing Karpov in the final. I mean, how bad is that going to be?
No. You're gonna play Kramnik in final. And by the way,
I'm not playing Kramnik. We'll suit you up to play Kramnik. No, I want no part of him.
Let me just say one thing, and I'm gonna say this publicly, and you forgive me while we're waiting for a move to happen. What Vladimir Kamrik should do, honestly, is to get himself a gamer mouse and a gamer mouse pad. Spend a month practicing Bullet on chess.com.
You got a point.
And get a coach, our own Aman or Bullet Mercenary or somebody who is familiar with Bullet, and then invite whoever he played against to a match. I'll provide the prize fund.
I'd love to see Vladimir.
And that's what he should do, and he should adopt him as well. He can. So that's the way to deal with that. But yes.
If you were stone cold draw against Vladimir Kramnik and you could flag him, would you do it?
I wouldn't actually.
There's no way in hell. I'd no way.
No, but then
because when we grew up, it was considered really poor etiquette to do so, and it was like ingrained in everyone not to give a GM on a one-on-one the utmost respect when they walked into a room. You would go a whole lifetime in the United States and never see a GM at a tournament. So when you saw one, man, you.
Oh, please, Eddie, listen. When I was growing up, in my early 20s, I had to play for a factory team for 2 years to get a simul game against Ljubomir Ljubojevic. Incidentally, I had a one position against him, but then he obviously outplayed me. But anyway, by the way, we have a move on the board, which is bishop b4. Which,
well, we didn't consider that.
No.
So what
do you like it?
I think if he were to trade that black squared bishop black, it's like a bluff. He'd even have more problems on the dark squares after e5 and bishop a3. I don't think he can take that knight on c3. I don't think he can do that. That's a bluff. If you're not taking it, why are you there? Because he's got no others. Because he doesn't want to get stuck on e7 after e5. He can't go to c5 and he can't go to a3. Where does he put it?
Well, let's say that let's say white just defends the knight. He has kind of an idea to put a knight onto e5, but I mean even e4. But even this is a little.
I wouldn't even defend it with that. I'd put my bishop on f4 or g5.
Yeah, it's like what I'm saying. You don't even need to defend it.
I don't think he can take.
No, he can't take it. And if he plans on taking.
I mean, obviously the e4 pawn's hanging, so you gotta reconcile that as white. But
no, play e5.
Can a man play e5?
I don't think he's not going to play e5.
Okay, so knight e5. That does lose a pawn actually, so you just take twice.
Steve, here is a thought. Instead of taking queen c3, you take on f6. Huh. No, that's too wild.
Can he take? Can he actually take on c3 with the bishop before knight e4? Can he actually do that? I don't think he can.
Well, he's hitting a rook. Well, then...
I mean, positionally, I mean, he's got nothing to fight against the black squares. But he would get knight to e4, wouldn't he?
He would, yeah. I was trying to see if you could somehow...
Yeah, that's a good line, Corey. I like that, Corey. I like the fact that you actually are looking at that. The pawn's getting to g7, hitting the h8 rook.
Yeah.
I like that you're actually looking.
Then
Hold on. So what is the line? e5, bishop c3, ef6, bishop a1, fg7. But then kind of black has knight f6 at the end if we capture on h7 or something along these lines.
That's a great line. Boy, I love it.
I mean,
but then you have bishop a3, and then that bishop is basically killing you, right, at the end of this whole sequence. That's too.
That's a pretty line, but
there's definitely a lot of this has to be calculated. Yeah, there's a lot of options here.
I don't know that you have to calculate too much with bishop to g7 or bishop to g5 too. Queen H8, Bishop G5. That's pretty
Oh, yeah.
wild. I like it.
Mhm.
Who came up with that? Gory started it. I like it. And then Nicola came up with some ideas. That's a cool
But
line.
honestly, and I think Java Bandit has a good point. There is no need to go there, right? He can just play this
No.
positionally.
But yeah, it's cool to look at it.
The threat on Queen H8 is kind of Bishop G5 and finding some sort of the timing when you can take the knight and then Queen takes, because the rook can never take. But then if that doesn't work out time wise.
Yeah, that's kind of soured me a little bit on the whole line. But yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
forced draw. Joshua Terry has beaten 22300s. Okay. All right. So what is the positional lie? Take on d5.
Take on. Sorry. Take on d5.
Take the ed5 or cd5.
I think cd5 we kind of fix our shitty pawn structure, quote unquote. I mean the weak pawn on c6. But then
That's true, but then again, you got the c5 idea by white.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
Yeah, now c5 actually works.
Yep, and this bishop is, well, if it's not taking the knight, a3, b4, all are gonna come with tempo.
Hey, Nicola, you mentioned the factory league, right? You mentioned that. Okay.
It was a factory chess club. It was.
Did you ever play? Did you ever play Fritz and it talks to you, talks trash, and it says, "Oh, that move's a novelty from the 1917 factory league in Russia." Boy, that aggravates me. That guy. Have you ever heard that?
No, honestly, that was in my last chess tournament was in 1994, but that was before Fritz. To be honest with you, I played that tournament because I was at Rutgers University at the time, and they had an open championship with Rutgers, and I actually won that. And the only reason I wanted to even play on it because the prize fund was $500, and I needed the money. To be quite frank.
$500 back then was a lot of money.
Yeah, I was a grad student, so
I would take $100 now for playing chess.
Take five.
I was a grad student. Believe me, $500 was a lot of money at the time. I shouldn't have won it. They had an international master as a student, but he won like 7 previous tournaments, so they paid him to be the arbiter and not play because it was kind of, beside the point for everybody else. And I remember him and I then played a match of like 5 games, and he completely crushed me. I was also tired. Like he won like 5-0.
Oh yeah, you just played a whole tournament. He's been watching,
Well, fair enough.
Anyways.
Gory,
they got this Fritz program. You buy it. Like Houdini 6 or something, and you play against the engine, and it trash talks you, and it says, whenever you make a move in the opening, oh, that was first played in 1917 in the Russian factory league. It goes, I work in a factory, so like it's like the ultimate troll. It's the ultimate troll.
They did the research on you, Eddie. They're prepared with the trash talking.
I'm telling you, they did. They absolutely did.
Certainly.
That's okay.
Amon did play Sean and Blitz. I believe they drew twice. And
I got a funny story, Nicola.
Yes, sir.
The first time I played an IM at the University of Florida at Blitz, I beat him 6 or 7 times in a row. And he took true story. It's true.
Congratulations. That's great.
6 or 7 times in a row. He took the pieces and he threw them all over the playing hall and called me a son of a bitch and walked out.
Good. That's the biggest compliment you can get. Sure.
And he's like, what a son of a bitch. And he took the pieces and he threw them all over the playing hall. Oh, Mr. Son of a bitch.
All right. All right. The Bulievok has a great question. How many drags was that I am on?
He didn't play Blitz. He played long chess.
Okay.
And he was quite a bit weaker at 5-0 or 3-0 or whatever it was back then.
Oh, sure.
Yep.
But
One
he
of
would have crushed me over the board. I'd have had zero chance.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was just his reaction was priceless. Yeah, legend, legend.
I think that we're gonna see a very long thing, very long think for Aman because he kind of has some decisions to make here in this position. In other words, if he is, you know, I'm pretty sure he would want to keep playing this positionally.
Yep. Slow build it.
Slow build out, as Eddie suggested, maybe Bishop f4 is a good move, and so on and so forth, and just
Yeah,
keep all your options open.
Actually, I like Bishop f4 to kind of stop Black from playing Queen c7. Keeping.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess the problem with this is you lose a pawn.
Yeah,
I
that
don't know
loses
that that's
the
a
pawn on
problem.
e4.
If you can get c5 and bishop d6 in with tempo, you'll gladly give up the pawn. But that's not going to happen. Just an idea.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of
honestly,
Eddie's collared shirt.
I don't want to go into
What?
e5.
Big fan of what?
Your collared shirt, Eddie. I like you got all dressed up for...
I swear to God, I bought this shirt 12 or 13 years ago before me and the wife got married, and it literally sat in my closet with the pins and the needles in it. And you know how it comes with the collar, the plastic collar it sits in?
Yep.
I had not worn the short one time. And we bought it like the first month or two that we were together, and it just sat there. I said, well, you know what? I'm gonna pull out the old polo.
That's a polo shirt, right?
Yeah.
Look,
I wasn't always a factory worker, but yeah.
It's a nice shirt, and I have to say that I personally am honored of the fact that you put on this shirt to honor
Nicola.
Aman and indirectly me and
What
Gordon.
Yes, I did. What did the shirt cost me? I pulled the price tag off this morning, and I can get the price tag out of the garbage just to prove a point. What did the shirt cost me? 100% cotton, Pima cotton, high fiber cotton polo, Ralph Lauren shirt. Cost me.
Okay, when did you get it?
13 years ago. True story.
About 50.
$49.99.
I think I'm close enough.
I do agree.
Can you believe that? Can you believe
Let's go, Nicola.
What's that shirt cost you now? 175, 150? Gotta be 150.
I wouldn't know.
Let me put it this way: I have a huge collection of fancy clothes in my closet that I don't.
Me too, and they sit there.
And that I wear when I have to. The same way I have a very nice set of golf clubs that I probably pull out once every year when a client wants to do this. Yes, Wooly, I think I should go on prices right. So yes, especially if it's a historical prices right.
Yeah, I got 4 or 5 sets sitting down in the basement.
Oh, nice.
So I haven't played in a long time.
All right. Good.
I love golf, actually. It's quite... I don't like going to the actual ranges, but do you guys know what Top Golf is? It's
Top Golf? I'm glad that I don't. My dad was a PGA Life member of the PGA, so Top Golf is making me giggle.
So it's
about
pretty...
the Tour Pros.
Oh, nice.
So,
Thank you, JC Digital Girl, for the 5.
Top Golf. Okay, tell me what Top Golf is.
So Top Golf it's like a driving range, but at the driving range they have chips in the balls and computers, like kind of like bowling alleys, like setup that you would go into. You would get a little
like
booth.
It's like simulated golf.
Well, it's not actually, because you hit the balls and they'll go. It's like a driving range, but you can aim for like targets and you try to get the ball into like the bullseye. The farther ones are worth more, but then.
I am such a boomer. I couldn't do that just out of principle. But yeah, I get it. It's kind of making the most of today's technology and limited space
Yeah,
in cities so that everyone can
Uh,
enjoy golf.
exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
No, it's a great invention, and Eddie and Gore, full admission, I actually own one of those, and I have one in the
That has got
office.
to cost some money.
It wasn't cheap, but the thing is, it's just sitting there because, full disclosure, his warranty starts expiring. For me to make a like 18 golf swings and everything else, I have then a backache for at least a day, so I really don't do.
Welcome. It only gets
So I
worse.
can't really do that. It's not a pleasant. I do it when I'm required to by the duties of my job, but anyway.
So you do mean like a simulation golf thing, not a an
It's a
actual...
simulation.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
you have a screen and you have a projector. You have a projector and you project it on the screen, and then you have something that really calculates your swing and so on, and then project the whole thing there. Ooh,
Yeah, but how
so
accurate can it be? I mean, is it accurate? I mean, there's a lot of things in golf,
I
a lot of
I think it's
factors.
reasonably accurate, but okay, I have to say, a man after thought played ED5.
Wow, that's a GM move. That that's something that I wouldn't have been on my radar.
Well,
Yeah,
because if you take with the E pawn, rookie one's kind of
check.
annoying.
And if you take with the C pawn, you still got
Yeah,
another C pawn to take.
it's an easy positional move, and after ED5, it's pretty
C5, you
scary.
think? If he plays
And
C5, I'm going to fall over because I've been calling for that move like an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
A possible C5 move.
There's
you
a
mean
two options.
C5 for black or C5 for white?
For white.
C5 for white instead of
Oh
taking
yeah,
the
no,
pawn.
C5 is if he
He's going to
takes
check.
if he
We got a recapture. He took with the C pawn.
yeah.
So we'll see if Amon wants to take again or get a protected pass pawn.
And he
If
rips
you
them
take-
wide open.
Honestly, what is that? I mean, if you take CD5, C5, oof, and then there is nothing's. There's no pawn on E4 to capture.
Well,
All
black
right.
black can always take that knight now with the
Yes,
bishop
Steve, is
before he
exactly. There is a
recaptures.
free pawn on B5, and yeah,
Well, you take with the knight on D5 and keep,
And
knight
the
on
one
F.
tempo on the
Knight
queen.
on F. Knight on F takes D5.
Yep.
Just
how
an idea.
about Bishop C3 here? Because that way, at least after some exchange, like so, Bishop C3, Queen C3, CD5, and you're not losing the pawn on B5.
I think I got a little lost.
Yes.
I think you just take with the bishop first, and then you take the pawn on D5 with the knight. So maybe
Yes,
is C5 going to be played by
I
white?
think it might be played.
I'm going to fall over in my chair if I called this one from like an hour and a half ago.
And the good thing about C5 is it really solves the issue of kind of, well, if you give up this bishop, I'll just drop my queen back, and then really just, I'm expecting.
I don't know, I can find a lot of Amon's moves.
I'm actually going to call you on it that you're going to fall off the chair.
I might. The old man is coming off the rocker. Well, you've already fallen off the rocker, but yeah. Where's Warshep? He's not here to heckle me. It's not the same. J Bell and Warshep, not here.
They're sleeping. It's too early for them. We're
It is
early word gets the worm though.
Loves, I don't know which line you're referring to, but I wouldn't be surprised.
It was also probably my fault. I'm just winning the move orders.
That's fine.
Yeah. Logan Chess is saying C to S
And
line.
and I think Eric put it the best. Amon has a comfortable position. It's not tactical, and White has some clear goals. Yeah, that's exactly, I think, perfect summary of this. I think this is we're now on move 11, and I think this is already, if not winning, very close to winning position.
Hey, the hardest working GM. I got the Twitch chat up. Hanson's here. The hardest working GM in chess is here. Did you know he got 3 paper cuts last week? He did.
It
The
did?
man, yep, he got 3 paper cuts on his hand, working at the factory, working hard.
Okay.
You know, Eric, I have something for you. Hang on, let me show you. You know, I heard that you're getting calluses on your butt, so
Okay.
working so hard. They got these little cushions you can put on your chair that my wife got me. This might help. This will help you with the calluses that you're getting from that hard work.
Eddie, Eric is still too young for that chair, for that cushion. Okay, let's be frank. The man just turned 30. You know, that's what he
Yeah,
has to look
he's
forward
still
to
in
in
his
the next
prime.
25 years, but he's not there yet.
You know, yeah, I'll stop. But I love Eric and Amon.
And that couldn't disagree.
They've been good
Couldn't
to me.
disagree more. I love Eric too. So
We,
anyway,
oh yeah, we do love
all
Eric.
right.
gotta
Grilled
move.
peppers. The Eddie's shirt has a whole history because that shirt apparently was his in closet for like 15 years. It
13.
cost 13 years. Okay. And he literally took all the pins and everything else in our honor and
And
put that
ironed
shirt
it?
on. So
Well-
we are and ironed it. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and ironed it.
So yeah.
So
Got out my bling, my jewelry.
Nice.
Yeah.
Amon took on b5, and isn't the only way not to lose a pawn here to give up the bishop.
Okay. So
And
so it was. He played CD5 and he took on B5. Yeah, and that's the.
Look at that gaping hole on D6. Bishop on F4. Ouch.
Well, I'm actually I'm actually a little disappointed that C5 wasn't played because at least he would get a look.
I would have liked to see Eddie falling.
I would like to see Eddie get a fall off the chair. So.
Yes.
I've fallen off my chair and I can't get up. Can't get up. Help.
I always watch those commercials. Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
Okay.
So it looks like that's interesting. Queen A5.
He really did consolidate that queen side. He took all the pawns and I'm trying. He left himself with an Isolani. What is his long-term plan here?
You know, I'm annoyed because I have to refresh chess.com every time.
I turned it off. I gave
move
up.
is made, to be honest with you.
There shouldn't be too much delay if you just want to watch in Discord, Eddie.
Yeah, I'm watching on Twitch and reading the chat. I'm liking that a lot better.
He's given up the bishop pair. Well, not the pair, the bishop though. But he's taken on C3 after that.
But for Amon to give up
Take the queen. What am I saying?
that pawn formation on the queen side, and then to take the D4 weakness himself, he sees something super long term that's going to give him an edge. There's no way he's walking into this.
All right, so the pawn exchange and bishop b4, and I have to keep hitting refresh for every move.
Yep. The bishop goes to B4. He's going to play A5 and just walk that A pawn all the way down.
Yeah, this is. Yeah.
This
is exactly in Amon's wheelhouse, as Eric was saying. This is
I got trolled here. Eddie can only do one thing at a time. That's right, grilled peppers. I can only do one thing at a time. Your grandma's baking me an apple pie every Saturday morning, and you're still mad that apple pie is not going to you anymore that day. What can I tell you? You can only do one thing at a time. One thing at a time.
Buddy Joshua has beaten 2 2300 rated players, so he is in good form. But the odds are stacked against him.
I looked that up and I didn't see any FIDE game for him, Joshua Terry. The man with two first names.
So Amon played bishop b4 and dark squares are just... That bishop is nice.
Hanson says Eddie's the first guy
I
to go
think
for the
his.
grandma.
You think
My
his
damn
last?
card at the senior center is filled up, Hanson,
I
all day long.
I think this is. I think Joshua is actually his last name.
It's kind of confusing. It's Terry
It's Joshua Jerry Abraham. So I think Joshua is actually the last name.
No wonder I couldn't find
the
him.
Canadian Open website has him as a completely different name than chess.com does. So I'm just using the Canadian Open
what
website.
What a surprise there, okay.
Yeah, I love chess.com, but I'm gonna trust
We all
the
love
reference
chess.com,
website.
yes.
Boy, this is all. I love what Amon is doing here. I never saw this. Is he gonna plant the bishop on c5?
I don't think so, because then, well, I
Well,
mean,
yeah,
you do get a pass pawn, or maybe you take.
Then he's given white one or black one too.
Yeah.
No, I think that bishop is a monster, to
Maybe
be honest
just
with you.
A3, B3 gets kind of weak.
You probably want to play rook c1 and push a4.
Yep.
And, you know, good old pushing, baby. And that king, I mean, heck, how is the rook on h8 to come into play?
What about just?
I just thought of that.
Yeah. What about
He's
just
gonna play
A4?
rook. He's gonna play rook on f to c1 to c7.
Yep. And the knight on d7 really has nowhere to go because it can go to b6.
It's stumbling on the other knight on f6.
Knight b8,
yeah.
perfect. I was just about to say knight b8 is a good move to redirect the knight, and I think we're gonna see this. Well, let me refresh this. I think we're gonna actually see bishop c5 because if he plays knight c6, bishop c5 is a natural move. But that's a good move.
What about
I think he's gonna play rook on
B5?
f to c1. Rook on f to c1 right now.
Yeah.
You have
can
to
do
make
that,
sure
you
the knight can't go there.
You can do
Idea of
a4
checking.
too.
Well, he's threatening the rook on h8.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I was wondering, what about before rook c1? What about a4? And like solidify the fact that we are getting a pass pawn.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
what I
a4.
saw too, Gory. And a lot of times, though, in an endgame, you can't rush it. But then again, it might be time to do exactly that.
Well, I'm deferring to Eddie when it comes to endgames for obvious reasons.
He's the
Oh,
endgame
no.
magician.
No. You played just as well in the ending that I do, Nicola.
I wish, but thank you.
It's all about time, and white has a lot more of it than black.
Yep. And black
Yeah,
has more targets as well.
Trying to figure out after
sorry.
once white takes the open C file, where is the optimal square for that bishop to go to once the knight counters with knight a6 or something like that?
Yeah.
I'm looking at d6 and then king d7.
Yep.
Then you have king d7, then knight checks on e5, king takes bishop, knight takes pawn check. Is that enough? Probably not.
Yeah,
to answer Mate Morozo's question, Nicole and Eddie played each other a lot. No, we played one match for Bullet Mercenary's channel, and he kind of killed me. I think it was.
That's not true. There was 2 or 3 games that I just out mouse clicked you. I did not play you. There's a big difference.
You're a gentleman, but I remember that match as as being. Anyway, I felt outmatched anyway, but thank you. All right, so what do we like here? Rook fc1, a4.
Doesn't that bishop look out of place now that I put it on d6 when the king goes to d7?
No, I do agree. Like, there's really once I was literally thinking of that line right before you said it. That after king d7, I don't want to go back to bishop g3 because then.
Well, I thought what I was trying to do was gain time on the capture of the knight onto the h8 rook at the end of that line, and then the rook on the a file goes over, and then I was trying to use the other rook to hit on the knights and to gain time, for the ending. Like let's say bishop d6, king d7, knight e5, king takes bishop, knight takes pawn check, king moves, knight takes rook, rook takes knight.
I'm
Yeah.
not in that line, sorry.
Okay, that's all right, but that's what I was seeing. Yeah.
So Kurtz is suggesting maybe a4 now, because then knight a6 you just take on b5, and then the pin on the knight makes it mean.
Yeah, that's a great move. It's a great idea.
One thing that's nice for us, we obviously are rooting here for Aman. Aman's time management in this round was much better, and Corey can probably speak more to it than me already. Was much better than earlier. He's spending less time. This is basically a game in which he was never in trouble. He basically had a solid advantage. The opponent really didn't get any challenges. It was a solid positional game, no tactics, no chance for the opponent.
He still has a chance to draw it though, so.
He does, but I think
Slim,
unless like
he has a chance, slim and none. Slim left town, but
this
Aman,
is a very grindy position. I don't see Aman losing it.
Well, he has two tempo. He has at least two tempo with the rook. By the time that actually three tempo now, it will take black to consolidate the queen side to get all his pieces over there, like king d7, knight a6, rook on c8. You give Aman three tempo, and something's getting picked off.
Yep.
He's not. Yeah. Exactly.
Night, Sean. Thank you. I'm gonna thank some subs out. Thank you, Jerry's Mug, for the 7 months, and thank you, Seg NK, for the 6.
I'm really intrigued with the bishop on b4 move. I've been saying that for a while. That's a GM decision because he gave himself a pawn weakness to get to this point, and then put that bishop on b4. And I'm still trying to figure out what is he going to do with that, because he's seen 3 or 4 moves after this to make that move.
One of the reasons I kind of like bishop b4 is because it really, if Aman does have I think he just played a5, or a4. I mean, sorry.
So he's going to run that a pawn all the way down.
Yep, and that's part of the reason I like bishop b4, because it doesn't allow this pawn to move at all. It doesn't allow it to push.
Yeah, a4 was played on the board as we expected, right?
I did understand that point, Corey.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really a long-term commitment.
Pawn takes. Moj not on this. On this, because I mean, I guess you can, but then just
actually, Moj is right. If you played knight c6, ab5.
Yep, I was thinking that you couldn't because there wasn't a pin, but then I think you can capture, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, but rook on a8 and h8 are both undefended, so.
Yeah. So it's both knight moves. You do it. So he has taken back, and we probably will just get a recapture.
Yeah, no, this is beautiful.
Although you could do a rook fc1 as an intermezzo here.
So ba4 played.
You know what the point is? Is that king is just stuck. And if the king's stuck, the rook on h8 stuck. The king is really stuck. What's he going to do? Go to d7? Knight e5 check?
Anything to be said about rook takes? I don't think so. So you're just kind of wasting time moving your other rook over because you want to get a rook behind the pawn.
Yeah, I saw rook left bridge and deck. I saw rook on f to c1 a while ago. The king's stuck, right?
Yep.
Where's
King
it
is
going?
stuck.
Absolutely brilliant endgame. Amon's back in he's back in form. I mean, the guy is
Yeah,
only 1900, and Amon's going to beat him. But yeah, he's playing himself into form,
yeah, and
which
this
is
this justifies bishop b4 because bishop b4 is
Mannered monkey's trolling me. Rook on f, nice Eddie. Okay, all right, all right.
No, but it is
okay.
nice. Working a lot of pins. I mean, the
Busting
king
my
is
balls.
still in the center. Amon's king has been safe for like 10 moves. We're very happy.
Brilliant. Bishop b4,
So what
brilliant.
do we like here at rook fc1?
Yep, it's been played too. Oh, for black,
No,
you mean?
no. Sorry, I didn't see it. My stupid chess.com is
No
needs to
problem.
be refreshed every time. Oh yeah.
Let's talk about Danny Wrench.
We can do that.
Sure.
No.
He has given me 3 jobs, but we can do that. Well, jobs,
You
more
know,
He gave you
internships.
3 jobs?
Yeah, I'm a
All right.
college, I'm a chess.com ambassador, and I do other,
Wow.
yeah.
He
Hey,
also
Danny
played.
Wrench is great for chess.
He is,
He
Very
yeah.
played
good.
a match against me, so I need to give him some credit. So
God bless Chess TV.
yeah.
God bless. Jack Madaroff and whatever type of Adderall the young man had taken before he went on. But
God
Yeah.
bless.
don't say that out loud.
By the way, the fact that both Gory and I owe a little bit of that of gratitude to Danny Ranch should not prevent you from,
Trash talking.
trolling him, Eddie. Please, I'm
There are
just
definitely
explaining
some,
why we can't troll him, Gory
Yeah.
and I.
I mean,
But
I
we need
mean,
to be a little bit
is
restrained.
Danny?
So.
Sometimes I wonder if Danny was, the voiceover for Beavis and Butthead, that little blonde-haired guy.
Okay, somebody clip that, please,
I mean,
and clip.
Jesus, man. Cornholio. I mean, holy shit, Danny.
Okay. All right. I think that's going to be in Danny
Enough?
Ranch's Discord account in about, let's say, 3, 2, 1 now.
Cornholio. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. You're 32. 33. Those jokes are horrible. Oh, I hope they don't pay him for that. They probably do. Probably do. All right, man or monkey. See, you see like A4, and you're like B takes. It's bad, but I'm good. But then the rook guys play.
Yeah, this is.
I'm lost. I'm lost, Derek. I'm not following you, bud.
So it's in this line before Rook C1 because it's.
Yeah.
This is, it's a pretty huge threat. You're gonna go here.
Yeah, but
This
then
is
you
like the
could.
realization.
If it was black to move here, you could play pawn takes pawn. Can you do that?
You want
you
to
play
play
pawn
pawn
takes
takes pawn here?
No, no. Well, I'm looking at B. I'm looking at the B2 move. That doesn't work because of.
You are
Yeah,
saying that you would like to
I'm just
play
looking. I'm
bishop.
just looking. Just looking. It
I
doesn't
am
work.
taking on A8, and
Yeah.
what are
I
you
see
doing?
that. I wanted to look here because I was looking at that pawn capture on B2.
No, it's
It doesn't work.
definitely an idea.
Something to look at. Just looking. Just looking.
I mean, I was looking at a line where we were sacking a lot of material earlier.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Trying to queen and all that.
Yeah, and actually, Lopes has an excellent point that I think we kind of all didn't emphasize. The reason playing rook c1 first is, black doesn't really have any other move after that because
He's
if
stuck.
yeah,
He
he can't
king-
play knight a6 anymore, which otherwise he could. And thank you, Lopes, for that insight. That's exactly right, actually.
And that's why he played bishop to b4. He saw this. He saw that the black king was stuck.
Yeah, and I don't think the black saw that, to be honest with you.
Amon's not going to be one to be taking an isolated pawn on d4 if he didn't have to.
I almost don't know what you play here. Maybe king d7?
Knight e5 check.
Yeah, fair.
Well, if you want to move a king, you can play king d8. The real problem
Rewrap.
is that
GG.
you play.
Game over. It's over.
Yeah. Ooh.
Knight e5 check. Or knight e5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the thing is, black. Black played knight d7, played knight b8 to activate that knight, and now that
Yeah,
knight has again nowhere to go.
I
You
think he
know,
really thought he was going to play bishop to d6 by hand. Why
yeah,
else would he play knight to b to d8?
yeah,
He wants to hit it with tempo.
yeah.
Yeah, he's in big trouble. I mean, he's damn near in Zugzwang. He can't move anything that helps him.
You can't even
He can't move.
castle.
Can't move
Yeah,
the king. He can't move the h8 rook. The knights are stepping on each other, and the a8 rook is stuck to defending the possible uh, running pawn on the a file. So.
well, you can play. He can play. Actually, that might be an interesting idea. He can try to play rook g8. That way, at least rook and h8 is defended. I'm not sure it's good, but
What if I?
Fair enough.
I don't know. I'm
I would
like,
just. Can't you just check here? Is there something wrong with checking?
well, you have to check. I can play, rook g8. I play king d. I could play king d7, right?
you're not nearly getting mated.
That's what I'm looking at.
This is not
But
mate.
I don't. No, because you just take the rook. Rook takes rook, and then you hang in the rook on c8.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, I mean you can
Well, I'm
play
looking at that
g4.
check and the
Yes, you're
black
right, Luz.
squares. And...
I feel like they're. Definitely want to get that to work, but I don't know if it does.
I looked at that too. Rook c5. Besides taking the other rook, yeah,
Yeah.
it's an idea.
All
I
right.
will say one thing I really liked about this round in particular. Amon never had 3 moves back to back where he was thinking for 20 minutes. Because if you think for 20 minutes, you like to think that you're calculating all the lines, you're not going to miss a move. If you're calculating for 20 minutes, then calculate for another 20 minutes, tend to think, oh, he might have missed that move, or he's double checking his calculations. But here,
After
he's
rook,
going with it.
after rook to g8, I think White was just going to sit on the position and say, okay, now what?
Maybe take on a4.
Exactly. And look at your move. What are you going to do? You don't have a move. The position's dead.
Knight a6. And you can just move the bishop. So many places. Yeah, pick a square.
Pick a square.
Maybe trying to get back to your f4 idea. Or goes here, and then you can go f4. Couple of ideas.
If
I think Black will consolidate if we went to that exact line, in my opinion.
All right, so if I'm black here, I'm probably playing something like knight d7 and hoping for the best, right?
Right. Yeah. I was thinking that was the move, Nicola.
Yeah. Then I guess capture
I
e4.
even looked at like rook to c7 here for White, but then you got the king move.
Yeah.
This is.
And then knight to e8, knight to e8. I mean, it kicks the knight out to c7.
Okay. So,
Look at that! Ouch! Ouch! Ouch!
Yeah.
Nicola,
Rook
you
takes
beast.
a4.
All right, I really need to. I think I should go to Vegas these days. I was pretty good predictor of moves today. Okay, it's still hopelessly lost, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I think it is lost. I think White's gonna win.
would you
I
play?
mean, because the king's stuck. Where's the king going?
I don't see what to do after rook takes a4 because you can't take. I mean, I guess you just retreat, but then.
You're arguing that the rook on h8 can't get into play before White's rook gets into play on c1. if they were to, rook takes rook, what do you do?
Rook takes rook. Checkmate. Very hard. Yeah, I almost just.
The white king's stuck, and the rook on h8. But yeah,
I mean, yeah.
that's a really good point, Gory. Just rook takes rook instead of the pawn taking.
Yep. And we did get rook takes rook. I mean, rook b8.
Yeah, I'm seeing it after refreshed.
Rook b8 has been played, but now
Rook
bishop
d8.
d6 looks very nice.
He played rook b8.
Hey,
Okay.
Gory, you got that KO button queued up, bud?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's within arm's reach, right?
Yeah, we're holding, we're bracing, but we can.
I have been waiting.
The rating is on the walls.
4 roses at noon. It might be
Yeah.
half time. It's almost time.
Yeah, I think this is very close.
Boy, this poor boy is getting schooled. Mon is.
Yeah. Maybe it's chaos a little bit, but you know how Yasser said looking under the kimono? I think this is looking under the kimono time. It's, yeah.
Looking under the kimono.
Yeah.
I don't know my pawn.
That's a very funny comment that Yasser says. I mean,
Yes, well.
looking under the kimono. Bishop to d6.
Yeah, bishop d6, and where is that rook going actually?
I think he has to
d8.
d8.
It's forced.
You have to go to d8.
Or else you're mated.
And then you get both rooks on the 7th is what I was looking at. I mean, it's just this is an Eric Hansen. I'm gonna sit on your face, I'm sitting on your face, and you can't move. Yep. Look at knight e5, exactly, knight e5, and
yep. And the really funny
thing
is, let's say
KO button ready.
Yep. Let's say black had the ability to get to an open file, but like let's say you played rook b8, and then even if we played knight here, trying to get, oh look, I have mate in 1, I'll try one more try. It's like, nope, I mate you first, or you have to go back. Actually, wait.
Well, you have knight b8 in that line, but still, it's.
Yes, the other rook is mate.
Is mate. It's going to be mate.
That rook is mate, yeah.
I'm seeing 3 mates there.
Yeah.
Depending on which way you take. 2 mates. I'm going to pour my shot of bourbon in anticipation of the KO.
Okay, yeah, I actually want to make one point here. What's this with people not wanting to be a camera and tournament organizers allowing them to do this? Come on, this tournament being on camera and on this stream is actually a big promotion thing. For them, it would be great to see this.
So most
I think it's great.
Most of the people who said no have been kids, could be parents that want it, other.
The only guy,
and it wasn't said like when they were signing up that they could be on camera, so they can.
I think it was a Canadian Mountie and the Canadian, what do they call that, secret, when they put you underground because you made somebody mad and you go into hiding.
Russia, I thought.
Fair enough.
Canadian Protective Service. He didn't want to be seen on camera. So I didn't get that either. I think it's the best thing that they could do.
No, but Tom made a very good point. They don't want to be uploaded to X videos. Oh, wait.
Uploaded to X videos. Okay, you're going to have to explain that.
Yes, I said that, and then I realized, wait, they have no idea what I just said.
Okay. All right.
I think Playboy, but online.
Oh, okay. So our favorite moves have been played.
Pick a rook. Pick a rook.
All right.
One.
So let's make one observation. None of the black pieces have. Look at the black pieces. Rook d8 has nowhere to go. Rook on h8 is chilling
Exactly.
throughout the game.
Been in
Knight
Zugzwang for like the last hour. I mean,
yeah.
Amon's immortal Zugzwang right here. Holy moly.
Honestly, Aman should have this game should go on YouTube and Aman should
I agree.
commentate it, and basically this is positional
Bishop
masterpiece. Aman's
B4, double
positional
exclam.
masterpiece.
Bishop B4, exclam.
Yeah.
He saw all of this when he went into that, the pawn trading on C4, and it was awesome. That's the Amon I know right here.
Oh yeah.
When your best move is 94, boys.
I wish some sort of thing here worked.
This bishop to B4 and giggle.
Yep.
What are you gonna do? Rook to B8? You can't even do that. Rook to B8. How about this? Rook to B8. Bishop to B. Rook to B7. Oh no. Rook to B8. Rook on A to B7.
A B7.
Yeah, what are you doing? Back up. Back up.
I did rook A C7.
No, rook on A to B7.
Oh, to B7. Oh.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting your idea at all, which is why.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, isn't that nasty?
That is nasty. I wasn't seeing that at all, which is why I was confused.
I saw it. All right, boys. I got the KO button right there. I'm ready.
Eddie's ready for it. I might have to do a shot with you, Eddie.
All right. I am actually gonna be a devil's advocate and look into what black can play here.
He can't move the king. He can't move the knight on D7. He can't move the rook.
No. This is one of those situations when you eliminate all other pieces. You can, what are you left with? You basically can't move either of the rooks. You can't move either of the knights. All right, so I actually have a good move. F6.
F6 is punting, but yeah, it's legal.
No, it's not punting. I'm opening F7 for the king. Haha.
Okay, rook takes rook.
I'm not saying it's good, but
that's a face planting. That's an Eric Hansen full regulation face plant. Holy moly, Amon.
You can actually.
That is nasty, boy. Bishop to B7, double exclam. Bishop to B4, double exclam. What a great friggin' move.
I have to say, we kind of doubted Bishop B4 earlier.
No, I didn't. I said there's no way he went into that.
Okay, Gory and I doubted Bishop B4, or I doubted B4. You didn't.
He would never take that. He would never take that Isolani if he had not seen.
That was a brilliant move.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
that's a GM move. Yeah. I sat there for 45 minutes saying, I'm just in awe of this move. What is he looking at? And then finally I said, I think he's just basically saying he's in Zugzwang. He doesn't have a move. And he saw all of that.
No, it was very nice. Like, the positional idea of just blocking his pieces and just like taking all their squares away. Very clean from Amon.
All right, I have to say it's very good. I'm very happy to see Eddie this excited.
It's a brilliant game.
It's a beautiful game.
It is a beautiful game. Thank you. He's
No,
going to beat a
honestly,
1900.
He's
going to beat a 1900, but it was
I usually get to see a man when he's playing subs or or this stuff. I've actually never. This is a positional masterpiece.
It's very nice.
It's a positional masterpiece. It really is.
Where's Eric Hansen? He's hiding from me. He's scared. Get him out of here.
He is also in the Zoom, but I muted him.
You muted the boss? Boy,
He is playing a Blitz event.
Oh,
So he's probably might be in the sauna, you know, might be getting some YouTube videos later, like he did the Title Tuesday while I was at this
might be
setup.
playing blitz chess with his Tinder date. What do you think? No?
There is a pub chess that they
Pub
keep
chess.
talking about. Maybe I
What is
should try
pub
to
chess?
convince them. Well, I assume it's like what it sounds, you know, like a pub, but like where it's a bar, and then you know you can play chess there. That sounds fun. Maybe I can get them to take me.
Oh,
There you
love.
go.
So Eric is
Does
streaming
sound
on
fun.
his own account. Nice.
So for everyone who has 2 monitors, you can have Eric's game up and Amon's game up. You're getting sensory overload right now.
Getting you're getting double the action from the chess
And
prize.
we can also rate him afterwards if this game.
This game is not going more than 5 moves if it goes
No,
that long.
no.
It,
I think this is resignation fairly quickly. You know,
it is
we don't
it
have
wouldn't
the
be too
engines on, but this is what, +5?
Probably. We don't have the engine on,
conservative.
so we don't know.
It was +5 after bishop to b4. We're close to it.
Fair enough. Yeah, and as
I'm guessing. I don't
It's
know.
really
Manor
nice.
Monkey is saying in chat, it's very you know, it's
This
very
is-
really nice to see a man back in form. This is beautiful game.
Yep, his type of game, his type of play
Pretty.
style, perfect.
Just a pretty
Oh,
game.
Newer, it's +6 +6.6. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
+7 according to some. You
Okay.
can change the depth or strength of it, so it does give a little different evals, but at this +5, I mean.
All right, so since believe it or not, I have a friendly bet with a few people here. What are Aman's chances of actually winning the event?
I can look that up for you. It might take a bit of.
I think he's a little too far back.
So 6.5 out of 7, or 6.5 out of. Yeah, 6.5 out of 7. No losses by Mr. Sean, but he played in Blitz. It's.
Oh, so
I think if he wins
tough.
out, it's hard.
How many rounds, if you don't mind
2 more.
saying?
2
Two
more.
more. Yeah. Okay. So it's a tough call. All right.
Yes, it's very tough. But 7 out of 9, he's would be contending for top 10. He's 1 point off it right now.
Okay.
And
No,
then,
that's fine for a first tournament after X amount of years. That's actually really good.
and
Yeah,
top 10 is
He's got
all the way to 3rd,
he's-
pretty much.
he's got 3 wins in a row, and if he could win the next round, 4 in a row, all right. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I think so too, Kurtz. It's definitely
Yeah.
time that we get another title player in Classical. Hello, AB. How you doing, buddy? Thank you, everyone who's been sticking with us, watching Amon's games.
I want bishop to b4. It
Yep.
started there.
He's actually played
Stay
it.
there.
He has played Bishop.
Did he do
before.
it?
Yep.
That's just like saying, what are you going to do? It's like a suppository. It won't go away.
Yeah,
Bishop
like,
to
Well,
b4.
there are
Your
very
turn.
useful moves like f6 and h6.
yeah, I think.
There is knight f6.
Rook on c to c7.
I'm not saying it's any good. All I'm saying is that's a possibility. Okay.
He still can't move anything.
Yeah.
No.
Holy moly.
That is true. We would have rather had White against one of the title players, but I mean, this game was
They
so
would've-
nice to see.
It wouldn't have mattered
Yes.
who he had
Yeah.
in front of him. It would have taken a lot longer, but if he's starting to get into form.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm excited. This will be because I've watched the old YouTube videos, of course. You know, the GM journey, watching the beard. This is my first OTB event actually being able to watch. He's from Ramon. I think a lot of the new people during COVID as well. Awesome.
Is the position I'm seeing on Twitch, the screen you have, is that the actual position?
No, but
Close enough.
yeah, other than F6, I don't know what black plays here.
Well,
Yeah, I
he
think
still can't
F6
move.
is-
He can't move the rook. He can't move the knight. He can't move the other rook. Holy,
At
it's
least
like
it prevents knight e5 at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's as I said, positional masterpiece by Aman.
Eric is playing in the rapid chess event right now.
Where's Kurtz at? Where's he?
Kurtz is in
Eric,
chat.
Kurtz. Andrew Monkey, where are you at?
Would you a fan of Kurtz? He played Rook B8.
I love Eric Kurtz. What are you
I
kidding?
love him too. Commentating with him was so
Dude.
fun.
The dude flew into Lansing to say hello. Are you kidding me?
That's very nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Big fan of Kurtz. Agreed. Emad. Big fan.
I know what Eddie wants to play here, right? Rook b7, your favorite move.
Why not? That's just like. I
Icing
mean,
on the
that's a
cake.
full T move.
That is
That's a
icing
high
on the
T.
cake.
Aman got up from the chair the last move.
If
went to
he
go
plays
check
Rook
his
B7,
Tinder.
by the way, I will just give that move a KO.
You may have to go clean yourself.
All right,
Yeah.
that's the deal. Rook b7 gets a KO.
It does.
Aman
is.
saw Rook B7 before I ever saw Rook B7.
So nice.
Isn't it pretty?
It is very pretty.
It's definitely more attractive than my prom date. Rook B7. Yeah. No double bagging. Rook B7. Down. Put it down.
All right. You know what's also possible, and don't you guys laugh? We can do, in the honor of habits, a man can play h3.
Boris
then-
Brodsky.
Oh no, my
Definitely more
bishop.
attractive
Well,
than your
wait.
prom date.
Do you have a tactic there? What about? Oh no, my bishop.
Boris Brodsky, are you
You
Boris
take on
Brodsky?
h8. Rook on
Yeah.
h8 is hanging. But I can guarantee you, I'm mostly trolling. He's not gonna play that. He's gonna play.
I'm getting another KO shot. It's noon. I'm ready. Yep. Full week of factory work. I'm off. OFF.
I would also like to have a clip of Danny Wrench apparently talking trash about Kurtz on an official chess.com presentation.
I'll tell you, Danny Wrench with that Beavis and Butthead Cornholio joke schedule of his, he's got no room to talk. Hi, I'm Danny Wrench. Ha 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 ha. Danny Wrench. Rook B7. Play it. Play it.
I know.
Lord have mercy. Play Rook B7.
Icing on the finishing touches just to get the back.
I mean, that's
rank.
just all the beautiful positioning out playing and Rook B7 tactics. Bam.
Yeah, Rook b7 might actually result in a resignation.
Okay, how about after Rook B7? Okay, and he plays Rook A8, Rook to A8. How about Bishop A5? Or Bishop A3? Bishop A3. That work or no?
Well, I
That
don't
work?
think
No, I
so
don't think it does.
because
I don't think it does. Yeah.
It actually,
because
I don't
King
think it
E7.
works. Don't go.
Back rank.
You have a
mate.
back
That's what
rank
you
problem.
play.
No.
You gotta play habits.
That's-
H3. H3.
never too late to hang mate.
Habits. Never too old to hang me.
Yeah.
Look at that effect. Never too old.
We got
58,
an
baby.
85.
58 years old. I got all my hair. Got all my hair. Well, half of it.
95 is. You can trade off 2 pieces, but it just doesn't matter.
Ooh,
Fire,
95 is
hanging with
played.
mates.
All right, yeah, that's an Aman move. That's beautiful.
Yep, that's more than Amanish than Rook B7.
Yeah, no, that's a beautiful move. That's a
That's
gorgeous move.
filthy. Filthy. Oh, poor Joshua. Poor Joshua.
Oof, and look at this. What's he supposed to do here? Play knight f6? Oof. Yeah, it's over.
I'm glad I'm not playing the black side of this. I'll tell you that. Holy moly!
Yeah.
Probably the cleanest conversion. Way to win here.
Pick a mate.
Pick a mate.
Pick
Yeah.
one. Pick a mate. Even Eric Hansen can mate from here. I'm calling him out. I want to see the chief. Damn it. Natasha, go Eddie, go Nicola. Go Nicola.
Go.
Hey,
Natasha.
Natasha. Thank you.
How about
Yeah,
green?
Mojak, I think you should. I think I think it's safe to go pick Amon.
Yeah.
This is over.
Very nice moves. Couple within 20 minutes, I do believe.
Thanks for Nicola for carrying the stream. Eric said, "You want Nicola on?" I said, "Yes, please."
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm honored,
He
Eddie.
can carry
Anytime.
me.
Anytime. Thank you, Eddie. At least we got to troll our dear friend Danny Wrench.
I love Danny Wrench. Kinda. I want my senior Blitz championship. I want to see Alf Anderson come out of retirement and KO and Antonio Karpov. Why not?
I actually, honestly, I want to say a bullet championship with Kramnik on it.
I
don't think
it's not gonna happen.
taking a lot of heat for a man that beat Kasparov over the board, huh?
He's a former chess champion, and very honestly, he is. I think one of the greatest thing about Kramnik is that he combines Karpov and Kasparov. He's like a universal player. He can play positionally, and he can also attack. So,
You
Anyway.
remember that game where he in the King's Indian that he beat Kasparov, didn't he, with like that queen sack and then the pawn takes? And
Yes.
Down on
Well, Kasparov. In Kasparov's defense, he was at that time doing more politics than chess, but yes, he definitely beat him, and he proved ever since that he is there.
Poor Kramnik.
Anyway.
You're old when today's youth is making fun of Kramnik, who complains about Bullet being flagged. I mean, I remember when Kramnik was 19. Holy moly.
But
I'm getting old, bud.
It's definitely different because in any of those positions, well, what am I supposed to do as the lower rated player there? Offer him a draw? I don't resign.
Yeah.
I don't resign now when I'm losing.
Can't flag 15th world champion, can you? I mean, I'm not doing it.
I offered Ludwig a draw when I was about to flag him, so I have more respect for him, but yes.
You're talking about a hog champ guy that couldn't beat Aunt Fanny over the board.
Yes, I offered him a draw instead of flagging him, but I would have flagged Kramnik.
You're comparing Ludwig to Vladimir Kramnik.
Yes, because I would rather beat Kramnik than beat Ludwig.
But you'd rather flag Kramnik than Ludwig.
Yes.
From a purely chess standpoint, I will venture to say
gotta have a long talk, Corey.
That beating Kramnik is a slightly higher achievement than beating Ludwig, right?
Yeah.
Standard Monkey says.
And for the record, nothing against Ludwig.
I'll remember that
really
when I hit the production line on Monday.
Yes.
You see, but what I would really would love to have seen is for Kramnik to get motivated and kind of, all right, F you guys, I'm going to prove you that you can do it. So anyway.
Yeah, it's like those damn kids that run on my grass and I got to take the broom to them. Get off my grass, you sons of bitches. No, you can't do that. Kramnik, nice. Nice. I think I just got muted. That's okay.
Listen, yours truly said, I'm sick and tired of being too old and too slow. Maybe I can be too old but slightly faster. So, what can you do? Honestly, why is Black? He played knight d7.
People don't.
Rook d8. Look at this position.
I know.
Just look. I mean,
I can't look anymore.
Is just Like you're glorified for choices.
Glorified.
Oh wait, you can take that.
Let's talk about the word glorified.
I wonder
Oh
if
my
the
God,
sax
that's
is
filthy.
I'm trying to get the sax to work. I don't know if they do though.
It doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah, true.
Why don't you just play? If you want to do that, why don't you just play Knight to C6 and just
Yeah,
make
true.
him resign?
Put him in
Knight C,
the king in the big
Knight
box.
C6. No, look at the rook.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That is a yeah. Wouldn't that be justified?
Okay, isn't the Rook
Rook's
C7
gone.
just game over?
Pretty much.
It's been played.
I was saying. I had Big Hickey
Yeah, Rook C7
beat the
played.
dog
There you
shit
go.
out of Nakamura.
Now what?
Good on record, I said it.
I don't know, Nicola. I don't know what black plays here.
C6. Rack.
I mean, I appreciate competitive juices and everything, but I would resign.
Oh, in a heartbeat. Sitting across from
Yeah.
the GM? What are you kidding me? I don't
Maybe he
think
wants to
Amon
savor the game, you know, enjoy his time on stream. We do have to thank Buddy, you know, for playing, for coming on camera. It was.
I'll tell you what. Joshua Terry is just like saying, I guess that's why he has the GM title. Knight C6 is going to be played, and he'll resign, and that'll be it. That'll be the game.
It's, you know, he tried to defend for a while, and fair play to him. But yeah,
Hey.
Rook C7, Knight C6.
He walked into an Amon that is. He walked into the Amon Hamilton that we know of today.
Know and love.
Yep, absolutely. But yeah, let's talk about that kid, Ryan Campbell. The bras seem to think unanimously that it's not legit.
I think you should do your own research, make your own opinion, and
Fair enough, and you're right.
yeah.
I thought I didn't think anything was really out of line in Game 5. I didn't look at games 1 through 4.
I think it's amazing if he's legit. So I would love him to be legit, but
I do have to say one thing. I kind of disagreed. I think it's possible for a 1900 to beat a GM out of form on a particular day when they're playing bad. But all the stars have to align, and it's possible. You don't think that a 1900 Eric Kurtz, before he got to 2200, couldn't have knocked off the GM over the board? There's no way that he couldn't if he caught him on the wrong day out of the wrong position.
yeah, I think it's just the fact that this is his first OTB tournament. You know, he's having an amazing tournament. People are curious, and it's kind of time sensitive. But we aren't on site. We're not there watching his games. We can only speculate.
You know, and ultimately it's the arbiter to decide. You know, let me put it this way: I did some coaching sessions with Anna Rudolph, who to this day I consider a friend of mine, and swear to God, we did some collaboration streams in which she would train me, and you know, somebody would bring up the old Ribka in the lipstick thing, which on its face.
What a bunch of crap that was. Sorry to say that.
Seriously. So, you know, we don't know.
She's the nicest lady in chess. Her and Fiona are the nicest, classiest ladies in chess. There is no conceivable way. That's just a horrible thing to say about her.
No. And the opponent that she beat, the Grandmaster Bauer, he didn't think she was cheating. As a matter of fact, she was defending her. So, but very honestly, one of the reasons she quit competitive chess was because of that. So,
really, is that true?
That's my conjecture, and please don't clip this and send it to.
Yeah, don't do that. Everyone in chat, leave it alone.
But I can't
Anna.
imagine that helped her wanting to continue pursuing competitive chess. So,
it's terrible.
You know, so
I've had GMs actually complain before computers that it took them 8 hours to beat me over the board, and were bitching about it to the GM. I mean, to the arbiters. You know, when I lost, I mean, I'm The guy literally had less than 10 seconds on his clock after 8 hours, and I flagged. And then he complained about beating me in the late 80s. And the guy coached the Ukraine national team. I mean, it's possible. It's highly unlikely, but once in a while, you play over your head, way over your head.
Sure.
But I mean, to accuse an IM of beating a GM, that's not that far out of the
No.
spectrum. I mean,
No. Anyway, so we'll let me put it this way. Let's see what happens. You know, there are arbiters there. It's their job to do this, and we'll see what happens.
Boris Brodsky, are you Boris Brechia? Are you the man? If you are, God bless you.
Boris was the buddy who went to Las Vegas with the bras.
Is he the guy that plays the techno? Okay, thank you, Boris. Thank you. Because for the longest time, I thought maybe you were him. If you are him, I listen to your music all the time.
Big techno guy, Eddie?
Okay.
No, the chess bras obviously got me into it.
All right.
Knight c6 is going to end the game. I don't think we're going to see two more moves.
No. And the Java Bandit, you're exactly right. It's not it's difficult for women. It's not welcoming, and I can attest to that. The very first match I organized, in which Alexandra Kostyuk beat Ben Feingold in a match, the biggest question I got about that match was what kind of odds did she get? It was just like, you know. Anyway,
Alexander Kostyuk doesn't need any odds to beat anybody.
Doesn't need to beat anybody. No, she doesn't. So,
Here's a nice. I guess your bishop's hanging at the end of the line.
All right. So.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
You see the whole tactical sequence, and my bishop's
I
hanging.
mean, you can pick whatever way you want to finish.
I just probably nice.
Back off.
Maybe just probably go back to bishop b4.
And for the record, you know, the discussion of relative strength of women and men in chess is it's a big topic that I don't think we need to go in
absolutely
here.
not.
I actually have a lot to say on the topic, but let's put it this way. What's good about this game, frankly, and changing topics is this is a brilliant game by Aman.
Yeah.
And I think whatever happens with the rest. Whatever happens in the rest of the tournament, I think that's going to encourage him to play more and more, continue playing OTB, which I think he should, because this is brilliant.
It is brilliant because you get to see everybody from our community come on that supports the chess bras, and we get to see them in real life, and they do a good job. I mean, how about that team last night? Czech Manarov, Mannered Monkey, Iceberger could literally they could make money doing what they did. That was a great lineup.
Yep, I was very happy to give them.
Manarov, I mean, the guy could literally be a professional streamer.
Okay, so I'm on right into
the guy is good.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Hey, honey.
Czech is very high T.
What's that, darling? Are you okay?
Yeah, I just finished.
God, is that guy
Okay,
indeed?
I hear you.
And I'm going to see Josh. I'm gonna walk over there.
Oh yeah. All right. I think.
Guys, give me just a moment. Hang on.
No problem.
No worries.
No problem. I'd already
I
turned
think
it
this
down.
is resignation in a couple of moves.
I do too. I was looking at a couple of. There's a lot of nice wins here, but I mean this is very clean. I just turned down Eddie, so that's why that was up on stream. Make sure you know nothing we don't need to hear gets said. This has been a very nice game.
Oh yeah. Because after knight d6, it's check on d8, rook a8, the rook falls, and it's game over.
We were bracing, but we have our KOs ready, so to speak. We can see the writing on the wall.
Yeah, I was just about to tell you, Corey get the KOs.
Oh.
Yeah, and if he plays,
I mean, it's just
Oh,
up
yeah.
a piece in this line, fully.
it's
Like,
up a
just-
piece, and plus the B pawn, plus everything else.
There was
And
no
if-
counterplay this game whatsoever, which is very impressive and hard to see.
And there is a mate in 3 after
What's
rook
that?
e7, rook f7, rook
Okay, then,
g7,
I'll figure
and
it out.
rook g7 is actually mate. If he moves the rook, so it's over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hello, Eddie. You are back.
Yeah, the wife just got in from doing yard work, and she's going to go pick up our son and bring him back over. So.
No problem.
No worries. My wife wanted me to help her work on a sewing machine, believe it or not, right before the stream. So
A buddy of mine says, "Do you do everything your wife asks?" And I looked him
you
right in
do.
the eye.
If
and
you're
I said,
smart, you do.
I
Yeah.
do every damn
If,
thing.
you,
she
if
tells
you're
me to
smart,
do.
you do. Yes.
I do.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yes.
I
Don't
do
want
everything.
them to be complaining.
No, that's the best thing that ever happened to me. All right, so Mon took. Yeah, okay. Josh was gonna resign here.
Yeah. I don't think.
I mean,
there
even
is-
f6. If he plays f6, rook checks on e7, and yeah, it's gonna be mate. In, what, 2 moves, 3 moves?
Yeah. If he
Yeah.
plays f6, it's a mate in what? 2 moves, 3 moves. If he goes
That's
on
right.
d8, knight
looks
c6,
like it
rook
anyway.
c7. If he plays on g8, it's a mate quite quickly too. So.
Yeah. I think your king might survive for 1 more or 2 more moves here in this position, but I mean,
Yeah.
you're not going to for very much longer.
Boris Browski,
Knight
bunch of
c6
old,
here, yeah.
old broken men here. Ah, the truth hurts. Truth hurts. We need to see Boris Browski on stream.
Seen him on
I
camera
think
a
you're
couple
Boris
times.
Browski. Anna Kramling.
This was a very, very clean game. Amon is, I assume he'll be very happy with it, because there was never any point that he was at any issue.
No. I knew he saw something long term after he accepted that pawn on d4 with bishop b4.
Yeah, no, this is beautifully done game.
Well, we're just waiting for the end here.
This is the
a
position
wrap.
on the board, Mookie Mage.
Gory Hall says mate in 1, look for better.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll do that over the board, Gory. I think
Yeah,
he's not going to do that.
looks like we got f6.
Mon is too nice of a guy. That would never happen.
Yep.
Right,
So
he has
now
a check on e7, check on d8, and then he can move the bishop to a3, right? And that's that.
No, bishop to b4.
Okay.
Put it right back for emphasis.
All right, Eddie, you get all the credit for bishop b4.
Oh, I didn't play that move. That was all Amon. Absolutely double X. If you ever have a game collection, that's double exclam in Amon's book.
No, look at this. I mean, if he goes in this position,
Ouch.
yeah, so he has rook f7.
Rook kills e6. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't work, does it?
Well,
It's better.
No.
Double check, yeah.
No,
And then
it's,
this is
Pick a
me.
mate.
Yep.
okay.
He would take the bishop on d6.
Oh,
but
yes,
He's
yes.
gonna resign. He'll resign. He's gonna resign.
I mean, you can play rook e8 and you just
Yeah,
capture the rook, and it's.
Yep,
that's-
he resigned. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, the kid was game. I mean,
Oh,
how long did that game go? 35? 35 moves?
not even.
It's more-
29.
29.
Okay. All right. He got to play a GM over the board at the Canadian Open,
Oh.
and he caught him on the
I
wrong
fixed
day.
it, but I can't transition. Fucker.
Yep.
He did.
And resignation. So, game over.
Yep, I'll do 3 8 KOs because the first two
Oh.
I kind of fucked up.
All respect to, is it Terry Joshua?
Yep, all respect to him. Or Joshua Terry. Just chess.com has his name kind of messed up.
Chess.com. Let's talk about chess. God bless chess.com.
God bless chess. Indeed. They do a lot for chess. We have to love
Okay,
them.
boys. Drink for KO. Can we get a KO?
Yep. I'll do
get a
another one
KO.
for you, Eddie. Another one for your drink.
Okay.
And
you,
I'll take a shot if you want to let me pour one.
I would love, because
I'll go pour
one
one
or
right
two
now.
drinks on the weekends, all I can
I
do.
don't drink, but I have here.
I really
have a
don't either,
mixture
but
of
I'm going to
Gatorade
today.
and some. I'll mix something up.
It counts. It
Okay.
counts. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.
We'll do a shot, bud. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to Amon. You guys
I haven't eaten
witnessed
anything today. My
an
pants are on backwards,
absolute
but I'm having a
gem.
shot.
You know, I'm
There you
looking
go.
here at the game, and you can't
Pants
even.
around backwards. Is that? Did he just say that? Did he just say that? My pants are on backwards? He didn't say that.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the game, and honestly, that B5 looked a little ambitious.
Yeah, that's what I was
Are
thinking. What was
you
it?
ready, Eddie?
Yeah, where are you at in the camera, my man?
I had
don't see
to-
it. There you go.
Yep, I was just pouring it to the side.
All right, let's drink to Amon's KO.
Cheers,
An
everyone.
absolute
Cheers, chat.
brilliant game. Okay, I'm ready if you are.
Yep.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Wow. That's strong.
You guys want to see how many brilliancies he had?
Bishop B4 is one. You can put that in the bank.
All right.
No, but it actually is a brilliancy.
Of course it is.
Bishop B4 is a brilliancy. Okay.
I sat there for 45 minutes trying to figure out what was going on. I said he's in Zugzwang.
I will not hear
not
to the
quite,
end.
but
I think 10 years from now, Geddy was going to tell me, Bishop B4, Nicola, do you remember? Bishop B4.
I
But
hope
you were
I'm
right. No,
around.
that's a brilliant, for the record, that is a brilliant move. That's a great.
I hope I'm around in 10 years, bud.
I will.
So do we, Eddie. So do we.
I don't hope, I know.
Yep.
I hope so. They gave me 7 more, but we hope it's longer. So
Who gave you 7 more?
I got caught type 1 diabetes about 3 years ago, and they gave you 10. That was 3. So
I have a consultant who has diabetes. He had diabetes when he was 12. He is now 50. So
yeah, that's true. But when you get it late in life, it's not really good. But I hope it's all good.
We hope so too.
Anyway, that's enough of that.
yeah.
All right. So are you going to get Amon on? And
Yep, he's coming. I'll invite you guys
We see
to
him,
the
huh?
Zoom. So you'll just join, and then I will. I'll admit you.
okay.
Yeah. Waiting. We see him in the call. Feel free to join the Zoom whenever you guys want. I'll probably deafen on Discord so there's no echo.
Okay, you're gonna send a Zoom call? Oh, I
it's-
see it. Okay.
Yep, it's in the group chat for.
Are we disconnecting in Discord or just muting in Discord?
Just muting in Discord. Thank you, Valentinian, for the 100 bits. And go home on. He was we had all great commentary. It's okay, we can talk to the floor. Are you joining, Eddie?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the man. I'm going to be quiet and let him speak.
Yes, we can. Nicola is connecting his audio. and Eddie will be joining soon.
Ah,
Eddie, he won't be able to hear you. Yes.
so what do I do? Okay.
I'm literally walking him through it on Discord. So I sent the link to you. Just click that, and then it will open a web page, and just do launch Zoom from your browser. No need to download anything. Indeed. Oh, we see him. So it was quick. So very nice game. Yeah, there was no counterplay the entire time. Or so it seemed, at least. At least from, like, move... You were limiting his counterplay the entire time. So it seemed, after e4, it seemed like you were in... You had a game plan and you were gonna kind of take over. Yes. Well, they were killing calling your moves. Eddie was telling us about this e5 break, and then you pretty much played it as we were describing it. He was a big fan of bishop b4, a4, was working the queen side. Yep. Well, on e4 on b4 we were thinking e5 to kind of attack the knight, because the c pawn, even if we don't recapture it right away, it wasn't ever gonna be very scary. We can bring a rook to the e file. e4. Yep. Yep. And then e5. Yes. Yes, we weren't really considering just going back with the bishop, I think. So we didn't see that move, which is probably your calculation seeing that move. It explains why you didn't go into this. Yeah, we didn't see this one. Yes. Yep. We were big fans of this game. And then rook takes a4 was very nice. Always having the threat of back rank. There was a
Yep. Yep. Exclam. Yep.
yep, you want to checkmate.
He got it.
For sure.
He caught you on the wrong day.
That is Eddie. Yeah. Well, he's beat two 2300s this event already. There was Yep, I wanted to talk about that move. When he played Rook B8 after Bishop B4, Eddie was screaming for this. It's a bit of a tactic, so it. Did you see this kind of idea of Rook B7, Rook takes, and then? Well, yes. Yeah. Yep. No, that is how you lose games. Going too fancy. There was a time where we totally didn't hang back rank while analyzing. Yep. That's it was in that line. Glad to hear it. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't think we don't think you ever did. Honestly, start to finish, it was a masterpiece in our books. Yeah. We were thinking about it. Yep. I joined him. We were very happy. Yeah. It's so brutal. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we would like to see it. And as we were commentating, Java, not commentating, but as we were in the Zoom call, Java Bandit gifted 50 subs for your win. And your, yep. Thank you, buddy. Everyone was loving watching your game today, start to finish. We were talking about this. Kurt saw this A4 idea in chat. He loved it. I actually was like, I saw the position a couple moves before, and I was like, is he just gonna play something as simple as, A4 and just get the pass pawn? But then Rook takes A4, Rook C3. I missed Rook C3, so I was a big fan of that move. Yep, Rook C1. Sorry. Yep. Yep. Everything was stuck. It's a Pepe step row kind of position. Bishop B4. Yeah. Yep. I've seen it. I've seen it played before, but it's not most common thing, I would say. You showed why how it wasn't today, I guess, kind of the way to go into the game plan. Show going after the bishop. Yeah. It's a very good point. And I don't know if I heard you say that. Very good game. Well, we won't keep you for any longer than you don't want to stay. If you want to go, because I haven't done with my questions. Well, I was literally gonna end and then do a factor segment. So we loved Bishop B4. Yep. Yep. Loved it. Indeed. Yeah. Oh yeah. The boys definitely helped with Eddie's not Eddie's the Icebergers Chewy last night. Yeah. That team was amazing. The chess.com chess TV liberals were little a little fired up in the chat. It was amazing. You had blue hair at some point, Eddie? Okay. Okay. That's the best scam. At 20,000. He said fine, so we're hit it again. Yep. We'll work on this, yes. Only one. Yeah. Big shout out to Jeff. And I can see chat is already working their way up there, Eddie. We just got another 5 from Lolcats. Slowly and steady. Yeah. It's fine. Yes, and then he deafened in Discord. I was trying to ping him. It was eventually I just had to say on stream, Eddie, can you undeafen? And that got him. Indeed. Yeah. Legends. You guys are legends. Yeah. Of course. Glad you played it. Well, we'll bid you adieu and have see you. Yep. Bye. So I have a question for Nicola and Eddie. We can if you guys have any energy. Eric is currently playing in oh no, I can't see his games because it's the rapid it's the He's playing in the Rapid thing, and if we could see his games, I would commentate them. But chess.com does the thing where if you're playing in the Rapid thing, you would have to comment on the chess TV stream. Because I'm pretty sure. Because if you guys go to look for Rapid games, there are none there, right? You're out, Eddie? No problem. Oh, we could have Eric's stream open, but I would have to set up a new. Okay. Let's have Eddie. Eddie is okay. Perfect. He's never muted in Discord. Okay. Yep. Let's just end. You guys can leave, and I'll stay in the Zoom call just so it's active for tomorrow. You guys can leave the Zoom.
All right. So I'm out of the Zoom. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to close Discord, Corey?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Still hearing an echo from you, even though. Okay.
I know. I got it too. So I don't know what I've done wrong. Go fix it.
I fixed it. But yeah, we will be pulling up. It might be a little scuffed. We'll try it though, and we'll see how it looks, and from there we can make the decision. Because he said he didn't know if he wanted to raid. So for now, I'll show it. I hope.
Oh, I hear him. I hear the chief.
Yes, yes.
Little Eric. Bishop D. Yeah, he's gonna. Oh Lord. Is Eric white or black here?
I'm still dealing with OBS stuff. I'm sorry.
Little weenie. Wooly Eric says little weenie.
Thank you, Wooly. How you doing, buddy? Do this maybe? I'll message him. I'll go down there in a second and tell him.
Eric Hansen.
Hide the text.
Bishop to D4, baby. Hammer blow. You are definitely hiding. Quit hiding. C3.
Okay, so it's slightly better. I'm still doing some behind the scenes work, removing the names, for example.
Okay. I'm on chess.com site and I actually don't.
Yeah, you can't actually follow his games.
Yeah, I'm seeing only 4 games: Roy Robson, Fabiano, Van Forest. Oh, actually, I see this here. Let's see, where is... Oh. Where is he here?
This looks like a line you beat me out of, Nicola.
You're
yeah.
getting some...
Oh yes, Eddie and I played this in our match. That's, I think, one of the games I managed to win.
Thank you for the resub, Catavas,
of me.
1, and Rick. I am
Yeah, this is
figuring out
over.
what to do.
Bishop F7, Bishop B6, and then mate follows. So he has to play King E6, and if that's all you've got, it's game over.
You know, I'm gonna watch the stream here. Let's see. Oh yeah.
Lowe says Eric is hiding. He doesn't want people flocking to him.
He doesn't. That's what he's telling me too.
That may be true.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's just raid chess.com. We can watch
There you go.
the games there.
Thank you, Nicola. Thank
me
you.
Thank you.
Thank,
It's been honor and pleasure. Good luck,
you,
Eric.
everyone, for
Good luck,
coming.
Aman, tomorrow. Thank you, guys. We
Thank you
will.
for
Thank
everyone
you.
who was
Until
watching.
next time.
Thank you, Gory Hole.
We had a blast.
Thank you,
Thank you
Corey.
too
Great
for
job
coming.
hosting.
You're
Honestly,
welcome.
it was great. It was
Thank
very
you, buddy.
fun. And unfortunately, we
Yep.
can't be following Eric's games, but he'll be playing on the chess.com broadcast. And we can watch
There you
there, we
go.
can watch here. I'll go tell him the decision. And see you,
Okay,
everyone.
everybody.
See you